All right, 6th day. In the previous class, we have discussed about Tobers. Yes. So there were the three people who wanted to escape. Can anyone remember the three names? Who wanted to escape the city? Yes, Shafa.
Mandorf, Cram, and Nor.
Dwarf Camp and Nord. And Dwarf was the person who was actually really thinking how to get to the center. Center is a place where they believe they are getting their power. So when the morning start, there is an alarm. Yes, and they are wearing which color uniform? We have read this. What is the color of the uniform that they used to wear? Mehak?
Orange, blue.
No. Lakshay?
Ma'am, gray. Gray.
Gray. That's correct. So now there was a young lady. Okay, Pranjal. There was a young lady who was carrying a baby, and according to the tober there who was counting the strength, said that you cannot carry this bundle. This bundle has to go to the clinic. Fine. Let's continue reading one paragraph each. We are still left with 4 pages. So let's read. Okay. Who will start reading? We are on page number 111, 111. Okay, Priyanshi, start reading.
Ma'am, from where we have to read?
I just told you 111. Starting. We have
Dove
read till,
worked.
just wait. We have read till this? Yes. Yes, start. Priyanshi, start.
Dove worked at a computer. It was a very simple one. Big computers were run by the Tabars. Dove was feeding questions into his computer. It printed out answers, but his mind was far away. He was thinking about how to get to the center. Then Dove's computer
That's
made
it,
a
that's it,
new
Bacha.
note.
One paragraph. All right. So what does it telling you that Dove was working on a computer? His work was on a computer, and it was a very simple one. It was a very basic computer that he had. All the large or the big computers were used by Tobers. So he was just feeding question. Feeding question means he was typing the questions in the computer, and answers were coming out automatically. Fine. But he was not concentrated in his work. Like many of you might be thinking that today is a paper, exams are starting, and you're not concentrating in English class. That's why your videos are not on yet, switched on. So, like this, he was also thinking that how to get to the center. Instead of his doing his work sincerely, he was thinking something else. This is the same example like in class. Sometimes the teacher pinpoint you that what are you thinking? You're far away from the class. So you get to know. So when somebody is concentrating, listening or not. Geet, next.
Yes, ma'am. Then that computer make a new noise. He looked at the computer had been able to answer the last question. He had made the mistake. Instead of asking how many rooms are needed in the city by the year 2080, he had asked how.
Now this is telling you about the disadvantages of a computer. Now whatever the Dove was typing, the computer was answering it. Fine. Now instead of asking how many, rooms are needed in the city. The question was how many. You have to answer in the numbers. But instead of writing how many, he asked the computer that how rooms are needed. That tell me that how these rooms are needed. So the computer cannot answer this question. So it made a noise. Yes, Lakshya, what is your doubt?
Ma'am, I don't understand the first paragraph last line. Ma'am,
Lakshya,
second
he
paragraph
was
last line.
they see the question was how many rooms are needed in the city by the year 2080. So they were just typing the question ki how many. You have to write the quantity. The answer would be quantity like 10, 100, 1000, lakhs, whatever. But if I ask you how rooms are needed, this is a wrong question. You cannot answer that how rooms are needed. That one room is needed for the electricity, let's say, for water, for this person, for that person. You cannot justify this answer. That is subjective. You have to explain that computer was not designed to explain this question.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. Shifa, next.
Okay, ma'am. It was a mistake. The computer couldn't answer a question like that. It seemed quite upset. Lights went on and off. It was trying hard to find an answer in its memory bank, but it could not. In the end, it printed out a new instruction to the dove. I don't understand this question. Please ask it in a different way.
Now, what happened? That it was a mistake done by Durf. It was a mistake done by a human being. So the computer could not answer. He was not able. It was not able to answer. So it lights were going on and off, on and off. It was blinking, and it was finding the answers in the memory bank. Who has built this memory bank? Human beings only. That you have to answer this question like this or that. So he was not, it was not able, the computer was not able to answer. So in the last, what it printed out, I don't understand this question. Please ask it in a different way. Lavina, next.
Dove felt very excited. He had never seen this before. A computer breakdown, yes, but computer ignorance, no. Dove started to feed lots of silly questions into his computer. It couldn't answer them. He fed the questions faster and faster. Why, what, where, how, when, which. The computer worked faster and faster. It clicked and hummed, but it could not do the work. In the end, its lights went off and it printed out its last message. Dove read it. Dove read it. Computer breakdown. Please repair.
Now what happened that Dove was able to understand that a computer can break down. Break down means it will stop functioning, but computer ignorance, no. Ignorance means lack of knowledge. Computer has all the knowledge, but it cannot answer the subjective ones. So because of this lack of ignorance, it will break down. So he started entering the silly questions that he knows the computer won't be able to answer, like questions starting from why, what, where, how, when, which. If I ask a computer that where is, let's say, where is that child? How will computer know this question? It is not designed to answer such questions, right? So faster and faster he was giving computer this commands, and computer has to work according to the speed of the human beings. So it was clicking, it was humming again and again that it could not find the answers, it could not find the answers. And in the last command the computer gave was computer breakdown, please repair. When you continuously are doing something that is not accepted by the computer, what happened? The screen went away, the screen will become blank, the computer will stop functioning. Same happened here also. Mehak, have you read? If you have read, please
No,
lower your
ma'am.
hand so that I know that you have got a chance. Mehak, did
No,
you
ma'am.
have you got? Okay, start reading.
Grass smiled to himself. He had won a victory. It was a victory, but it was a beginning.
Now the dove was smiling to himself. Why? Because he got a victory. It was very small victory. He was able to discontinue one computer only, but it was a beginning, right? For example, if you do not know anything, let's say you have entered class 6, then you cannot write, but you have started writing now sentences. It is a small victory. It is a beginning that you have started studying. Fine. Pushkar, read next.
The night dwarf told his friend Karm and Nor what had happened. They were really excited. They could hardly believe the news. They worked on a computer too, and now they could break them. At last, they had way to fight back.
Now, what is happening? Dev told his friends, Kam and Noor, that how this happened and what happened. So they both also get excited and they cannot believe the news. So they worked on computer tools. Now they could break them. Now what they have decided to break the computers down. Breakdown does not mean to destroy them. It was that they will stop functioning. Breakdown is a phrasal verb. Fine. Priyanshi, I'll take your doubt after these paragraphs. Lakshay, read.
Tomorrow is the day, Dove said. My computer will be mended, but I'll break it again. You both do the same. Other names will see what's happening. Maybe they will join in. We can bring the whole workshop to a standstill.
Read the next line also. Let's finish this.
Karam was still afraid. What about the Tobrers? They always know everything. They'll know about this too.
Now, what is happening? The dev was saying that tomorrow is the day where my computer will be mended. Mended means it will be repaired, but I will break it again. It will break down again with the same question, same type of question. So you two also do the same. And when other people will see that what is happening, they will also join us. And with this, we can make this whole workplace to a standstill. Standstill means when everything will stop functioning, nothing will proceed further. But Karan was afraid. Why he was afraid? That Tobers always knew that something is happening or what is happening, and they will get to know this and then they will punish them. Yes, Pranshi, what is your doubt?
Ma'am, in the fourth paragraph, there is a word Hamid. What is its meaning?
Harmed. Harmed means making noise.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. Yes. Yes, Tavishi. No, bache, there are no practicals right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Start reading, Tavishi.
Okay, ma'am. Not if we act together, Dove said. If three computers break down, they will think it's a power failure. They will go to the center to find the breakdown. Then we can follow them.
Now, what the Dev is saying, no, they will not find out if we work together. Fine, if one by one we'll do one happening, second happening, third happening, fourth happening, then they will know that something is wrong. But if we do it together, if we have this plan, they will not find out. They will think this is a power failure. Power failure means something is wrong from the main center. Then they will go to the center to find out what is happening and then they can follow them. Navya, please wait now. Shruti, read.
No, Noor's eyes were shining. It might work. Let's do it. Let's take it our chance.
So Nor was excited. So he says that let's take a chance, let's take this risk, and we should do this. It might work. Anyone who wants to read has not got a chance. Come on, 6A. Others, please participate. Again, the same hands. Anyone else who has not got a chance and wants to read? Then Himanshi, Jhalak, Kashish. Why are you not participating? Ricky, Roshan. Come on, 6A. Fine, if you do not want to read, I'm following others. The same hands. Priyanshi, start reading.
Nor's eyes were shining. It might work. Let's do it. Let's take our chance. Next day they got back to work as usual at 12 noon. The lunch bells were given out. Duff was too excited to swallow. His 14 hours was 0 hour. He could hardly wait.
Now, what is happening? This is giving a time that at 12 they were given their lunch pills. They were having the pills as their lunch, breakfast, and dinners. From that, they get the energy. And that 14:00 hours is 2 at 2 was 0 hour. 0 hour means when their plan was going to take place. Okay. Lakshya next.
The time came, though. Dove began at once. He asked one silly question after another to his computer, the same as the previous day. The computer worked hard. It clicked louder and louder, but no answer came. Dove asked another question. Who are the tobbers? He typed out.
Now, now what happened? The Dove started typing the silly question like which were what. So same like that, and the computer was working hard, and it clicked louder and louder, but no answer came. So the computer was again not answering. Then he asked a question that was forbidden. Forbidden means that was not allowed. Who are robbers? Lavina, continue.
He knew the question was forbidden. His computer went wild. Lights went on and off. Then a red light flashed. Question not allowed. It printed out.
So he knew this that question was forbidden. Forbidden means not allowed to ask. And his computer went wild. Wild means it becomes um uncontrollable. The lights were blinking on, off, on, off, on, off, and then the red light came that this question is not allowed. Geet, continue.
Yes, ma'am. Dev could not hear Ma'am, 1 second. Yes, ma'am. The time came through.
No,
Ma'am,
you were
Dex could
reading
not
right.
imagine
Hmm.
someone's computer in the next room. They were not clicking and flashing other.
But where is not written? Why are you reading it in negative? Dove could hear. You are reading could not. They were both. You are reading they were not. See and read. Continue. Geet, continue. Okay, may I continue?
Staff could hear Noor and Karam computer in the next room. They were both clicking and flashing other names were looking at the computer. Our went over to Raf.
Now what is happening that all the three friends were clicking something and the computer were humming, were making sounds on and off, and everyone could see that something is happening now. What did you ask? He said. Durf told him. So one meme went to the Durf and asked actually that what are you asking? Why it is happening? Shifa,
Yes, ma'am. What did you ask? He said. Love told him. The then shouted to other workers, ask your machines about the tobosh. They can't answer the question. There was an uproar.
now what is happening? That the Neem shouted to all other Neems that ask your machines, ask your computers about the Tobas. They could not answer. There was a uproar. Uproar means there was an excitement. There was so much of sound. Fine. There was a lot of sound. There was a lot of disturbance. Um, Nikunj,
What did you ask? He said. Duff told him. The name shouted to the other workers, ask your machine about the tobos. They can't answer the question. There was an uproar.
Nikunj is not following the class. We have already read these sentences. Please be present, actively present in this class. Pushkar,
It was just what Durf had hoped for. All the nuns began asking who
now this is what the child person Durf has thought that all the names will support them and the computers will break down. This is what happened. Who has not got a chance again? Second time? Anyone who wants to read, or should I give third time the same hands? Come on, raise your hands. Anyone in new hand? Roshan? Okay, Lavina.
The Togor on duty got very worried. They came over to see, but he could do nothing. All the computers were breaking down all at once. The Togor rang an alarm bell. Another Togors rushed in, but they just stood there and looked at each in confusion. They didn't know what to do. This
That's
had
it.
never
Okay, okay.
happened before.
Okay, Lavina. Now what happened that there were a lot of noise, uproar. I told you it was a lot of noise, disturbance. So a tober on duty that was there on duty, he rushed into the workshop and he wanted to see what has happened, but he did not know what to do as all the computers were breaking down at once. All are breaking down one after the another. So what he did, he rang a alarm bell. There was a bell for emergency, and all the tobers they were there present. They rushed in, and they were just looking, and they were in confusion because they were not programmed to what to do next. Lakshya, continue.
Then they rushed out. Dove ran behind them. They were going to the center. He was surely of it. Nor and Kern joined him. Keeping out of the sight, they followed the towers.
Now the tobbers rushed outside, so the Durf, Nor, and Karm knew that they were going to the center, so they were following the tobbers by keeping out themselves from their sight. Navya,
At last, they reached the center. The towers went in the through a big silver door. The door began to slide shut, but the nymphs were quick. They ran fast and quietly slipped in.
okay. Now what happened that the tobbers really reached to the center and they were going in through the silver door. As the door was closing, all the three nymphs were quickly went through that door. Any doubt till here? We'll continue the next two pages tomorrow after the dictation. Tomorrow is a dictation of list 5, if I'm not wrong. Yes? Okay. Any doubt? See now this their plan is actually working. In the last we will see how their plan worked or what actually happens. Any doubt till here? Okay, I've received notes. It's a very interesting. All right then. We'll continue in the next classes. Just prepare for your dictation tomorrow. Fine. No other homework I'm giving for this week. I'm trying not to give any much homework so that you can prepare for your periodics. All right, all the best everyone for today's periodic. Do well, do it on time. All the best. Bye everyone. Uh, take good care of yourself also. All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye, ma'am.
Bye,
Bye,
ma'am.
ma'am.